Hey, this is Awesome Arcades. So on all my products, I try to make a video that goes through pretty much everything from stem to stern. Those videos tend to be kind of long, and sometimes if you're shopping around and you go to a website and you see a video that's 30 minutes long and you're not sure that you're going to buy from that company, some people don't want to invest that much time. And so this is going to be a Cliff Notes version. If you want to know more about this game, just continue scrolling down through the product description and there will be like a 30-minute video where I go through everything. But in a nutshell, this is a stand-up two-player arcade. It has a 24-inch wide viewing angle LED screen. There's different options that you can get in terms of the artwork. This is called the Awesome package. You can get that just solid black. You can get this option, which is shown on the website. It's called the arcade option. This just has a protective screen. That's why it's foggy. Or if you wanted to get something that says like Pac-Man or Donkey Kong, there's a website that is linked in the product description that can sell that to you. Swapping that out is simple. There's just 4 bolts. Lift a bracket off there. And so this machine has a Pandora DX Family board. This board was $85 from Amazon Prime. And what this board can do, it can do a lot of things that were never previously before offered on what are called Pandora boards. So my cabinets are going to be set up to play what are called Pandora boards. There's a Pandora board that just came out in 2021, and it has a lot of incredible features. The first thing that all Pandora boards could do, number one, they play both landscape games like Defender and Street Fighter and Super Mario Brothers, and they can play what are called vertical games. Games like Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Frogger. So in addition, it does have a favorites list feature and a search feature. So you can search out the title of the game, you can search by the game type, you can go to your recently played list. In addition, you can create a favorites list. And so you just press the A button next to a game that you like and a little star pops up. So what this board can do that no previous boards could do, you can now download games onto a USB stick, plug them into the side of the board, turn it on, and they just show up. So this board has 3,000 games already included. It has thousands of original coin-operated arcade games, and you can bypass, there's a free play setting, so you don't have to use coins. But in addition to all the arcade games, it has a ton of Atari and Commodore games. I think that's why they call it the family board, because a lot of those Atari and Commodore games are pretty simple. But in addition, it has Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, and a lot of other console games on there. But if there's games on here that you don't see that you want, you can now go and download them. There's a website. I'll show you how to do that. You just put them on a USB stick, stick them in the board, turn it on, and they show up. That's a really cool feature. In addition, this new board is the first one that supports a trackball. So you can now add a trackball during checkout. You could play games like Breakout, Arkanoid, Centipede, Millipede. There's bowling games, there's horseshoe games. And so now a trackball is available. In addition, you can now save your high scores. So none of the other previous versions allowed you to save high scores. You can also create save points. So when you're playing a game, if you've been playing for an hour and a half, normally on previous versions, when you turn the machine off, you just start over. Just like in an arcade. You know, if you go to Dave & Buster's and you play a game for an hour and you go home, you come back the next day, you have to start over. You can now press and hold the start button and a window will pop up and it'll say create save point or exit. So you can either leave the game or you can create a save point. And then the next time that you open up that game, you can load that save point and pick up where you left off. That's new. The last thing that you can do is you can now do 4 players. And so there's a USB port on this board. I'm now selling, on the website, you could buy some PlayStation controllers, which I keep down here in the coin box. And these are plugged in and ready to go. Okay? But you can now do 4-player games. So you can do games like The Simpsons, where players 1 and 2 use the joysticks, and then players 3 and 4 use the PlayStation controllers. Now, you don't need the PlayStation controllers, but if you like the idea of being able to play 4-player games, now you can do that. So we got Sonic the Hedgehog. Let me just show you here what this looks like. And so anything above game 3000, these are games that I downloaded. So you can just see the kind of games: Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Metroid, Zelda, Skate or Die, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Yeah. And so, but on the board itself, any of the 4-player games, it'll tell you which games are going to be available for you to use the joystick. And so this is the 5-minute Cliff Notes version. If you want to know more, check out the longer video where I'll go into more detail about how the cabinet is built and some of the other things that the board can do. But that is it in a nutshell. This is the stand-up 2-player Tornado. This game board that I'm describing here is available to be played on any of my 2-player cabinets. So I've got this stuff sitting here, but this is my Storm Arcade, which you can see on the website. But anything you see that has 2 joysticks, like the Ultimate Cocktail here, or this thing is compatible with this new Pandora DX. And this is my Tornado, 74 inches tall, 28 inches wide, 33 inches deep, and it is designed to, it's the same dimensions as the original Street Fighter II cabinet.